Hello, welcome to episode 43 of our Ostriv Alpha 4 Let's Play. It's November of 1762 in our town, and last episode we had to deal with quite a bit of firewood-related issues here because yours truly was an idiot and did not plant enough replacement trees. Now, it's been suggested kindly by several viewers more than once that I plant additional replacement forests, and so far I've ignored that advice, but you know what we're going to do today? Stop ignoring the advice and just do it. So it doesn't like me going there. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and plant at least one more per... too long. Sounds like a personal problem. Alright, so that one's going to be for this guy. We'll come down here and we'll plant another one. Maybe to the north of this chicken coop area here. Because eventually these will be houses, but for now, nah. We'll just get that set up like so. And these will all mature in a few years' time. They still got plenty up here. And this will be just about ready to be harvested. But while we're waiting, we can go ahead and plant another one. I think that we should, in theory, be able to use this. If I can find 50, there it is. Nope, almost had it. Now, if I did this correctly, almost. There, okay, that'll be fine. So that should help, especially because the size of this is quite large. But that should alleviate some of our issues. And I think now that we have... Okay, so this forestry actually has been demolished here. And we're still waiting on this to get emptied, but it's almost there. As soon as that's done, we'll put another forestry right here. And they will be able to... Actually, I think I can build it now. Yes, I know it's ugly. It'll get there eventually. So now this farm down here, way down here, this field is already fine. The one... Wait, where did the... Oh, it was this one. Okay. So now, what we'll do... We already have all of these. We're going to do more wheat. This one's going to be fallow this next season, so we can leave this one like this. Yeah, that'll be fine. We'll just leave that on wheat. And that will allow us to have some more flour, which seems to be in relatively short supply. We can build more windmills and all sorts of other fun stuff. And now, since we have the ability to, unless it doesn't let me click here, I'm going to try, if it's not too many trees, 20 trees is going to be too many trees. We're going to have to only have, okay, 6 trees. Now that's a lot more manageable. If we can get these 6 trees removed and another field, then we can have even more stuff, and that will be that much closer to being successful. But what's really going to help with our food problems is, as some of you have suggested, building more houses with garden plots. And there's not really that many great spots to do that as of now. We had a couple being built here. And I guess we could technically put a few more in here. Realistically, that might be the best place to do it. Just have to decide if we want them facing south or north. I'm probably inclined to go north. We can put one there. And then we'll come up another one with the good old F1. Make that yard just a tiny bit bigger. And we'll kind of randomize this house location a little bit. And before we forget, we will save, because autosave cannot be trusted, as we have learned so many times. And we haven't even put it on 12 times speed yet. We've just been rocking it the one time this whole time. Alright, so now we sit back and wait for a little bit, see if there's any other small things we can take care of. Actually, let's check these trees and see how many. I know we were close. Yeah, 262 out of 300. As soon as this gets to 300, we're going to go ahead and do it, because we have these others in the process of being planted. Just Takes a little bit of time for all that stuff to get done. Wow, 3 in a row, families moving out. Yep, firewood. Firewood and, dare I guess, firewood. Well, my friends, this will be fixed, hopefully sooner rather than later. We've got 20 vacant houses. That could be as many as 100 people, depending on how immigration looks. Now, as far as the rest of things, see, because we have so many newer people that had just moved in, our wealth distribution is a little bit out of whack. And we are precariously in the red as far as our finances go. But this should get fixed as soon as we have everything figured out for balancing of the new families. And we can probably lower the wages just a little bit. Try and balance that out. Alright, so this forestry is finished. We'll go ahead and primarily focus this one on firewood, of course. I wish we could just type this number in instead of having a slider, or maybe have both. Highly doubt the developer watches these videos, but hey, if you do, please add that. That would be a nice feature to have. Of course, you know the drill. I always click on that one anyway. We'll just copy paste all that stuff. Messenger, what you got? Got iron. Go ahead and buy more. Go ahead and buy more. We have enough honey, actually. Nails, we have plenty. Sunflower oil we can sell. Clothing, we have 390. We'll go ahead and sell those because we can use the money. 97.50 sounds fine to me. Metal parts we can't sell. We have 2 in storage. I could build 20 smithies and they probably still wouldn't have enough. But what we're doing by buying some of the food is we are taking the pressure off of the farms until we can successfully have our infrastructure built up properly. And yes, once this is figured out, I am going to redesign how these fields are laid out. But I want to wait for a little bit of time to see if there's a better way to do it and see how much we can get away with. Because I think this farm was like kind of my test pilot thing for having 6 full-size fields, and I don't think there's been a single year that we've missed a harvest because it wasn't fully gathered. So really, I think we could probably add another full-size field, maybe down in this area, except we have a weaver's workshop there, but everything can be moved. We will see that if we, you want to guess what this is? Firewood. Never seen that one before. But we're almost through the winter, and more importantly, we should, relatively soon, have the ability to get even more of these trees chopped. 5 more trees, and we can go ahead and make this to be chopped again. That autosave scares me every single time. Well, that's not going to happen if we're staring at it. But overall, even all that being said, I think this is still a fantastic town. So much better than my Alpha 3 series. And I hope you agree, and if you don't, give me some suggestions on how I can improve. So I've played several hundred hours of this game at this point. But there's always something new to learn. New perspectives, different things you can try out that you didn't think of before. Yeah, see, they move out and then it just gets filled up right back again. Except we still have 20-something done. Okay, so this house is done. Hey, these people got bees. Bees are cool. Support local honey is important. Helps pollinate different plants and support healthy ecosystems. Yeah, bees are important. Don't kill them. Relocate them, etc. I don't know, I sound like a wildlife apologist. Anyway, let's see. This house is still going to be vacant probably until we have more jobs open up. Actually, no, we have enough now. So I guess they're just not moving in. But that will help just a little bit. And I guess I wanted to avoid putting more houses with gardens here because we had a forest. But then people started chopping these fields, or forests down, excuse me. So this field is done. And I think this one, we already have a bunch of wheat. But if we have 3 fields of wheat rotating, then this year is going to be that one, this year is going to be that second one, and this one is going to be fallow, then we'll always have 2 fields of wheat harvest, even if one of them is smaller. And thus we'll have plenty of flour. And it's not like we're hurting for job vacancies anyway. But I think I know what we can do with this shoreline right here. Go ahead and put a couple of windmills in. If I push the right key on my keyboard at least. So 2 of those right there I think will be a nice addition to our little shore area. And of course, now that we have all these fields down here, we can put more cow sheds in. So you know what that means. Come right over here. And we can be kind of deliberate about, I don't want to put the cows right next to the church because that seems kind of a poor location. But right here in the, roughly in the middle of things, we can put one of those there. And then actually let's get the classic farm style fence going here. If you recall, somewhere else in the town we had a cow shed that was somewhat landscaped here. Just to be kind of a departure from the, oh, I gotta build on the grid, gotta build on the grid. People decry the grid. I find it brings me order, but... Oh, I can't build there? Okay, well, we'll just put that there. That'll be fine. Just create kind of a realistic looking space for the cow shed. And of course, put some hay barracks in as well so the cows can have some hay. We'll put just 2 right here, kind of separated a little bit. Windmill is all done. We'll wait till this one is finished, and then we'll go ahead and have everything set up. You know the drill. Copy, paste. Okay, so that is all settled, taken care of. And while we're on the subject of the cows, we can go ahead and add a couple of hay dryers as well. For now, there's nothing going on over here down by the church, so why not put in a couple of hay dryers. I hear piles of hay make good neighbors if you are a church because they don't make any noise and helps keep things a little peaceful so people can concentrate on what's going on inside. Alright, so this cow shed, this guy's just kind of standing here again. Now he's sitting in the cart. You're not going to help your buddy? Alright, well, that's fine. You can just warp out of here and leave. So they'll take care of that in a relatively short order. And hey, we're back over 800 people again. So things are looking good. And of course, our farm is gradually taking care of planting things. And we'll have all sorts of good stuff here. Hopefully no more than 2 fields fallow at a time. And it looks like that's what it is. All right, so let's see how everything else is looking. I think now we're going to be in a good position to... Yes, all right. I guess they had already started chopping down the trees, so that's a good sign. So that is fantastic. We're looking good there. They're making firewood, 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 firewood. Everyone make all the firewood you possibly can because it is super annoying when we run out. Yeah, things definitely turning around now. So thank you to those of you who suggested putting in the reforestation areas. It's something I never really ever utilized in the game. I think I might have done it a couple times before, but this seems to be helping fantastically and is a great asset to the long-term health of our town. Now, if I could just get these people to finish this cow shed so we can get a move on having some cows. Because, as most of you who play the game know, the only time the cows will actually reproduce is if they are in a field, or a pasture, or what have you. So that's important, so we'll make sure that gets done just as soon as this is finished, because our builders are being slow because they live way on the other side of town, despite there being a construction office right here. So, yeah, I guess that makes sense. That's fine. Alright, do something. We're going to save again because, again, never trust autosave, ever. The only good backup is a redundant backup. For those of you in the IT industry, you will understand that well. If you have a local copy, you have a... on the device, you have a backup on site on a different machine, and then you have an off-site backup in case the building gets nuked from orbit. You still have your data. So that's what we're going to do with our game save here. All right, and this is just about taken care of here. Just about. Good. So now, go ahead and copy all of these settings once again. I think our supply of hay is going to be pretty low. But the good thing about having the cows in the field is they don't need to eat the hay in your building. They just need to be able to get into a field, and we currently have a couple of fallow fields that are not being utilized, so really we could have another cow shed down here. But if you grow things too fast, it tends to be kind of a bad thing. I guess I could say some four-letter words, but I do try to generally keep this family friendly. All right, so we're gonna have enough hay eventually. Let's see what these people want. Go ahead and buy iron. We'll just buy. And, you know, we have enough honey. That'll be fine. Sunflower oil we can sell. Clothing we have 630. We can sell those. And we're not exporting flour. Horse tack either. We probably should, but we can't make enough of that because we don't have enough leather. All right, so now we actually have a substantial amount of resources for these cows. So we can take a bull and a couple of adult female cows from each of these over here. I don't remember this having a cow. Oh, can you see that cow right there on the cursor? I don't remember that being there. I mean, it's probably been there for a while and I just didn't pay attention. But that's a fun feature. Let's see. Let's check out. Yeah, we could do another couple of female cows here. And I think now's probably a good time to go around for our annual culling of the bulls, so to speak. So you know the drill. We leave one bull over the age of 1 year to reproduce, and the rest get taken to the slaughterhouse. Nope, not you. To get turned into meat and leather, because we need that. Okay, no, we don't want that one. And that's a brand new one we don't want to kill. Yeah, alright, so we'll go back up here. Oh yeah, see, here we go. Plenty of bulls that don't need to exist anymore. We'll just take advantage of that. Except not that one. Yeah, here we go. This is how we get all our meat. This is how the sausage is made, except it's not sausage. That's a figure of speech. Alright, and I think there's... No, okay, so now we're back there. So that's a big help, and again we have the white lines of death that seem to be going everywhere except places that make sense. Let's check our... I think we have a couple of warehouses for firewood. Maybe, somewhere. Yep, that one's full. That one's almost full. That one only has 500, but it's progress. Bark. Do we have any of our forestries even making bark anymore? Okay, there's a little bit that's being made. Alright, so we are well on our way to forgetting that the firewood catastrophe even occurred, which is fantastic. That is a great way to recover from a calamity like that. And now we can take a little bit of time to kind of decorate our cowshed area here. Just a few little kind of homey touches here. Just some bushes and such. And I think it would be nice in the game, see in the decorations area right here, if there was a way to just have randomly generated junk, like old plows or barrels, crates, boxes, or anything. It adds a little bit of realism, and I mean there is random stuff that people will carry around, but there's not just clutter laying around that makes things seem lived in. If any of you are model railroad enthusiasts or know people who are, you will know that one of the most important things you can do on a model railroad layout is do detailing and add fun little things to scenes that make the world more lifelike and fun to look at. And I think that's what this game is missing, but hey, it's still an alpha, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. I think what we have now is fantastic, and I'm thankful for it. But you can always have ways to improve stuff. That's how you get better, and that's how life is, at least in some ways, that's how life is worth living, is the constant drive for improvement and being the best you can be. And that is something that is very, very important to me, and that's why I try to do the best I can with anything I do, including just playing silly video games and putting them on the internet for people like you guys to watch. But there's value in all that stuff anyway. So this forestry is getting quite busy here. I can already see them demolishing some of those, and we will put more houses with gardens over here as they get this stuff cleared out. But we already have 859 people here. Things are looking fantastic for our town right here. I think we can go ahead and put in another couple of houses here. I think we will leave that open just a tiny bit. We'll put a house there. And then we'll put another one right next door. And then we can come in here with the good old rotation. Right like that. And like that. And then, right here, we'll try something different. We'll come and mate that to that corner of that house. Put this right here, and then we'll have that come down like so. And then we'll put this house all the way in the back of the lot, so they have a giant front yard. Nice little bit of variety there, and that's going to be 5 more village houses with the gardens, and that should help tremendously. And, of course, right here, what else but Big Arch number 2. A fantastic addition to any scene. Buildable for free in your Ostriv game. Yeah. Just a little bit of fun to add in there. And I think you can already guess what we're going to be putting in there. That's right. Birch trees. Everyone's favorite little white wood. Just a few more trees. I know how much you guys love watching me just place stuff with nothing else going on. That's clearly the pinnacle of entertainment. That was massive sarcasm, by the way, if you somehow failed to catch that. Alright, so those will do a little bit of stuff here. This will help us just a tiny bit. And we have 3 fallow fields again over here. That's not supposed to be like that. I was going to fix that, but I never did. Why is this... Oh, I didn't activate this field. Are you kidding me? I didn't activate either. Oh, that's stupid. That is so dumb. I can't believe that. I am ridiculous for that. Well, that was a waste. If I would have caught that in April or May, it would have been fine, but it's already August now. Well, can't win them all. Sometimes you do stupid stuff. Sometimes I do stupid stuff. Actually, a lot of the time. But this is an opportunity for us to go ahead and build another Big Arch number 2. And that's always something to be celebrated. Well, usually at least. Oh yes, now the game is chugging. Chugging properly here. Inaccessible, you say? I guess it actually is inaccessible. Alright, messenger. What you got? Iron, we'll always buy. Buckwheat, we'll always buy. Honey, we will buy this time. Sunflower oil, we will sell again. Clothing, we don't have enough to sell. Somebody else besides these people come in here. We're still losing a monumental amount of money. Because we're paying out a ton in salary and we're not making it back in rent and taxes, local sales. So I think it's time to well, we have to be careful not taxing people as much and not paying them as much, because then we're going to get less back in taxes here. So I think we'll just have to raise our rent and our land tax again, or maybe increase our market products price. We'll see. We got to get this balanced or else we can't call messengers. And I think at some point the dev said that he was going to remove the ability to be infinitely negative. And I don't want that to happen while I'm in the middle of this playthrough. We'll see what the next update brings, but I plan on playing this for as long as I can before it gets broken or before there's such a huge feature update that it doesn't make sense to play this anymore. So I'm really proud of this. Well, as proud as you should be about a game save in a indie game about city building in 18th century Ukraine. But hey, it's the little things in life, right? Things are progressing quite nicely on our harvesting right here. All the farms are looking pretty good. Oh, this one is it's actually a little slow for gathering here. But they've still got almost 3 full months of gathering before things start to actually get dicey. So I'm not super worried about it. These houses are... Wow, lots of people with bees. Guess that means we really need honey. Yeah, things are progressing. Stuff just takes time. But hey, you know what? I see a fantastic opportunity here for more birch trees. I know everyone's favorite. Too close to another tree. Well, you're going to have to get over it. It's just little stuff like this that makes this game so much fun. I'm going to have to zoom in. I'm sorry. Cannot see very well when I'm zoomed all the way out. But what a stark contrast to the last episode where we were worried that people were going to be moving out and we had no idea how we were going to get stuff fixed, but we've managed to turn it around as far as I can gather at least. And we are back on track to getting stuff situated the way it is supposed to be, and that just goes to show you, even little stuff like this, if you just break down your problems into small manageable pieces, you can overcome most stuff. And it's extremely helpful to have people care about you and help solve your problems, like all of you in the comment community. So thank you to all of you who continually suggest improvements or just leave words of encouragement. It is so much fun. Post new videos and see people offer you advice or just stop by to say hi. So if you are part of the people who leave comments on my videos, thank you very much. And if you're not, feel free. Welcome any comment, whether it's to talk about the game, talk about life, talk about whatever you might like. That is why I do this, to connect with you guys. So feel free, drop me a line, say hi. I don't bite. And there's lots of friendly people in the comments as well. So we'll go ahead and finish planting a bunch of these trees and monitor how the rest of the stuff is going. And then by that time, it's going to be just about time for us to get on out of here for today. And we'll see what else has to come up in the next couple days. Just want to take the time to remind you, while we are planting all these trees, that I do have another series on a game called Dawn of Man. That is a prehistoric city builder survival game. We are nearing the end of that series as we have reached the Iron Age. And there's all sorts of fun happening in there. And when that series is done, we'll take a little bit of time off from that game. But I will plan on doing a season 2 of that with the knowledge that I've gained from all of you wonderful people who've been commenting on there and leaving your opinions about what I'm doing good and what I'm doing extremely wrong. But we'll get rolling on that once we take a little bit of time away from the game and see what else there is to offer. But I've got a couple of new things coming up in the pipe. Mostly I'm interested in doing possibly some SimCity, either SimCity 4 or SimCity 3000 Let's Plays Roller Coaster Tycoon. I have every expansion pack for the original game as well as Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. And if that's something you want to see, let me know down below. I'm also looking into doing Twitch streaming, hopefully soon. So if there's anything specifically you'd be interested in seeing, make sure to let me know. I've got a couple friends who've been streaming for a while, and they said I should get into it. So if you want to see that, by all means, let me know. But we are just about out of time. We are almost done with our building queue here, just this one house to get finished up. And real quick, let's go check on over here. They harvested their 2 fields. Yeah, okay, well, I wasn't expecting that to take forever. Now, this farm up here is... Oh, well, they're almost done. That's great news. These people keep coming back and back and back and back again and again. We need other people coming in here. Let's see, flour. Yeah, we only have 80, 110. We really could use more flour. But that's why I built all that wheat. All right, so this house is complete, and they didn't build any beehives, so I think that means our honey problems have either been solved or are not Oh good, the game crashed. Well, I guess that's this game's way of saying, hey, it's time to stop this episode and let these people move on with their day. But we already saw everything we needed to see. We'll let them build this house again for the second time, and then we'll get on out of here. But hey, the ugly lines are gone. But like I said earlier, I really appreciate each and every one of you who comes in to my videos, whether it's every day and you've been here forever, or if this is your first time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. Just want to let you know that you are appreciated and someone out there loves you. So just make sure that you are doing the best that you can and you're inspiring other people to be great. And I think that is one of the most important things you can do for another human being. But enough preaching. This isn't Sunday school. And I may be the Bob Ross of Ostriv, according to some of you, but that is one thing I'm not as a preacher. And this house is fully complete. And that's where we're going to leave today's episode. We have 872 people. No one's crying about not having firewood. And the game crashed again. So that's it. That's all, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.